Hi friends, today we are reading Abuela by Arthur Doros and illustrated by Eliza Cleben. Because our book this week is called My Name is Gabriela and it's about a Chilean poet, that means she's from the country of Chile, and they mostly speak Spanish there, though there's some other dialects. So we have a few books this week about Spanish-speaking families and things like that. And we have some books later in the week that are going to be poems and poetry since she is a famous poet. So like I said, today we're reading Abuela. Okay, go. Abuela takes me on the bus. We go all around the city. Abuela is my grandma. She is my mother's mother. Abuela means grandma in Spanish. Abuela speaks mostly Spanish because that's what people spoke where she grew up, before she came to this country. Abuela and I are always going places. Today we're going to the park. El parque es lindo, says Abuela. I know what she means. I think the park is beautiful too. So even if you don't speak Spanish, you might know that she said the park is beautiful because that is what the little girl said as well. Tantos parojos, Abuela says, as a flock of birds surrounds us. So many birds. That's what it is in English. They're picking up the bread we brought. What if they picked me up and carried me high above the park? What if I could fly? Abuela would wonder where I was. Swooping like a bird, I'd call to her. Then she'd see me flying. Rosalba the bird. Rosalba el parajo, she'd say. Ven, Abuela. Come, Abuela, I'd say. Sí, quiero volar, Abuela would reply as she leaped into the sky with her skirt flapping in the wind. And she would say, yes, I want to fly. We would fly all over the city. Mira, Abuela would say, pointing. It means look. And I'd look as we soared over parks and streets, dogs and people. We'd wave to the people waiting for the bus. Buenos dias, we'd say. Buenos dias. Good morning, they'd call to us. We'd fly over factories and trains. So I'd say, Buenos dias means good morning. And glide close to the sea. Cerca del mar, we'd say. That means close to the sea. We'd almost touch the tops of waves. Abuela's skirt would be a sail. She could race with the sailboats. I bet she'd win. We'd fly to where the ships are docked and watch people unload fruits from the land where Abuela grew up. Mangoes, bananas, papayas, those are all Spanish words. So are rodeo, patio, and burro. Maybe we'd see a cousin of Abuela's hooking boxes of fruit to a crane. We saw her cousin Daniel once, unloading and loading the ships. Out past the boats in the harbor, we'd see the Statue of Liberty. Me gusta, Abuela would say. Abuela really likes her. I do too, so me gusta means I like. We would circle around Liberty's head and wave to the people visiting her. That would remind Abuela of when she first came to this country. Vamos al aeropuerto, she'd say. She'd take me to the airport where the plane that first brought her had landed, so she says, we're going to the airport. Cuidado, Abuela would tell me. We'd have to be careful as we went for a short ride. Cuidado means caution or be careful. Cuidado. Then we'd fly to Tio Pablo and Tia Eliza's store. Tio is uncle and Tia is aunt. Pablo is my uncle, my tia. Guess I should have waited a second. And Eliza is my aunt, my tia. They'd be surprised when we flew in, but they'd offer us a cool limonada. That means lemonade. I'm sure you could kind of figure that one out. Flying is hot work. Pero quiero volar más, Abuela would say. It says, but she wants to fly more. That's what it says, but I want to fly more. I want to fly more too. We could fly to las nubes, the clouds. One looks like a cat, un gato. One looks like a bear, un oso. One looks like a chair, un silla. Descansemos un momento, Abuela would say. She wants to rest a moment. We would rest in our chair, and Abuela would hold me in her arms with the whole sky, our house. Nuestra casa means our house. We'd be as high as airplanes, balloons, and birds, and higher than the tall buildings downtown. But we'd fly there too, to look around. We could find the building where my father works. Hola, papa, I'd say as I waved, and Abuela would do a flip for fun as we passed by the windows. See her doing the flip. And it said, Hola, papa, that means hello, father. Mira, I hear Abuela say. Look, she's telling me. I do look, and we are back in the park. We are walking by the lake. Abuela probably wants to go for a boat ride. Vamos a otra aventura, she says. She wants to go for another adventure. That's just one of the things I love about Abuela. She likes adventures. Abuela takes my hand. Vamos, she says. Let's go. So I hope you enjoyed this fun little story about a grandma and her granddaughter with some Spanish sprinkled in. So hopefully you learned some new words in another language today. All right, friends, that's all I have for you today. Have a great rest of your Monday.